Is it time to get out of the trucking business? I think it depends on where you sit, where you are in your business. I think you can easily make the argument, some people can, that it's time to move on. It's time to move on to something else. If I were just evaluating the last 6 months to 12 months of my business, yes, I might say, hey, yes, it's time to get out. But I don't evaluate my business by 12-month increments. I look at it based off of what it's done in its entirety, overall, over the last 8 years. And when I look at it over the last 8 years, I certainly don't see any reason to get out now. I think what we are experiencing right now is a correction. We're having those times where times are challenging. And as business owners, we have to be able to navigate chaos, and we also have to be able to navigate the calm environments. Now, of course, it's a lot easier to navigate things when the seas are calmer. But when things get rough, it gets harder, right? So you just have to go within yourself and find another gear. With that said, we have some challenging environment that we're in right now. I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. I think we can look for the rest of this year to be the same way, right? We are about 57% less in profits this year as compared to last year, right? So that's a big difference. So that causes pain, that causes heartache, that causes uncertainty. But what you know in the back of your mind is that you've had some great years as well. So we're not just focused on this year, we just have to find a way to get through this year. Because as we start to see things correct, as we see now, it was about 9,000 carriers in the first quarter of 2023 went out of business. So the oversupply issue is going to correct itself. It's just going to take time. When you look at the demand issue will correct itself after some time as well, but inflation has to go down, I believe, before you'll see demand start to correct. It has to start going down closer to that 2%. And I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think we're going to keep progressing towards it, and things are going to slightly get better, but I don't think we're going to see a real difference until next year, maybe this time next year, right? So the question is, can you weather the storm? How did you spend your money when things were going really well for you, right? Because I know we had some great years over the last few years, and this one year has been bad. So we don't take the great years and just say, hey, we're going to throw them out. We take the great years when things are going really well. We're going to take that money that we are making during that time and put it back, because we know that it's going to rain. We know that a storm is coming. So we don't overspend when things are going well and forget about what's to come, right? So we are better prepared to handle what's coming. We're better prepared to handle what we're in right now, the environment that we're currently in, because we did some good, smart things when things were going really well, right? What you'll learn about the trucking industry, if you stay in it for some time, is that revenues fluctuate. And that's caused by different things that happen in the economic environment, right? That's caused by different things that happen in the freight environments. And right now, with inflation, right now with an oversupply of trucks, with demand taking a hit, freight is taking a hit. So that's just a part of the game that we've chosen. That's a part of the business, and we have to accept the good with the bad, right? And that's what I'm choosing to do in my business. Just weather this storm, get through this part, right? When you have cash on hand and you have minimal overhead, you don't have a whole lot of bills that you have to pay, you can basically survive on less money, because you're basically looking at it like from the standpoint, what do I need to do to pay the bills, right? Now, if I make profit, that's great. I'm always trying to make profit, but I want to cover the bills right now. That's important, okay? Because this is a challenging environment. But trust me, just like there are challenges, when you get through those challenges, on the other side, it's some very good times ahead, right? So we have to get to the good times. Things are not going to stay bad forever. It's not going to rain forever. So once the rain subsides, then we can walk into the sunshine. We can start seeing freight get, better. Start seeing more freight opportunities. But it's going to take a little while for that to happen. And the only question is, can you withstand the pain? Can you withstand the heartache? Can you withstand the current conditions and get your business through the other side? Because the one thing that we have to know is that as business owners, we have to be able to operate within chaos. Everybody can operate when things are going well, when it's clear blue and 22. Everybody can operate in those environments, but can you operate when things are not going well? Can you keep answering the call when things are not going well? That is what's the difference between successful businesses and businesses that are not successful. Business owners that are fixed on winning, they're going to keep going regardless of what's happening, right? Because they know you're not always going to get first downs in the game of football. Sometimes you're going to get a 3 and out, and you have to go in and regroup and say, hey, let's come back to the table and try it again when we get the ball back, right? So now it's about waiting till you get better circumstances. But at the same time, you got to keep going within the conditions you're in right now so you can get to that better condition, right? So as business owners, we got to be able to navigate both environments, and we're in an environment now that's a bit challenging. So get your business to the other side. Fight. Take a look at your cash flow. Take a look at your overall cash on hand and make sure you're using it wisely, right? Right now, you know, if you got a whole lot of debt, you probably got a problem. If you don't have a lot of debt, if you have a surplus of cash, then you can weather the storm and you can get to the other side. And that's what it's about, getting to the other side, surviving. Sometimes every year is not going to be about winning, winning, winning. Some years are going to be about survival. For this year is about survival for us. And as long as we get to the other side, we can live to fight another day. That's what we want to achieve right now. What's going on in your business? Are you seeing things lighten up and getting better? Or are you basically in the situation right now where you are just trying to get through to the other side? Share it with us in the comment section. Let us know what's going on in your business and your game plan so we can learn from you as well. That's what I wanted to share with you today. We are going to get through these tough times. We're going to make it, and you can too. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.